Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Red Mist in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great. And we, my friends, are playing some more Magic Legion. Now, as you can see on the screen, guys, we have just gone and bought the Will of the Devil. Now, this is a really cool passive spell. It's going to cost you 8,000 prestiges, so it's not going to be cheap. But it is going to give you quite a lot of stats. It's going to give you an extra 20,000, well, 2,000. Yeah, sorry, 2,000. I can't even read numbers today, guys. So it's going to give you 2,000 more magic attack, 1,500 more magical defense, and it's also going to give you 1,500 extra physical defense. Now, obviously, before you go putting down in the comments, it says 1,536. I just rounded up to closest round figure. Now, the reason why I'm doing this, guys, is because now I'm starting to get much higher up in the map. I need to start looking at buying those sort of much bigger spells. So you can see here, like, we're at the moment, we're way up in the top in Sleeping. Now, that's only, like, what, 6 levels from the very end. Now, this means that we're going to be taking a lot more, I guess, a lot longer to actually kill stuff. But one thing, once you get to kind of this stage, guys, or once you're up to around this stage and your heroes are sort of looking around the sort of level 10 to level 15 mark, there's one thing that you should really be paying attention to, or I guess you could pay attention to this from the very beginning to sort of understand what heroes you want to go for. But I'm going to show you it right here, guys. If we go into the store and we look at the all heroes, now some of you might probably don't even realize this, but I'm going to show you Arno, for example. So if we go into Arno and we look at the Evo preview, so look down at the bottom and look at the evolution previews, it's going to show you what you're going to get for every single time you evolve someone. Now, if you scroll right down the bottom here, level 14 is what we want to be looking at. Now, if you look at level 14, you can see here, increases 150% damage caused by all friendly units while the caster is alive. So, as long as Arno is alive, all of your troops will get a bonus 150 bonus attack damage. That is really, really cool to have that as a bonus effect once you get Arno to level 14. Now, obviously, it's going to take a while to get Arno to level 14, but you can look at this for any single hero that you like. So, the reason why I've said that if you don't have Arno, then the Blood Axe Lord is a really good hero to have is because obviously I already knew about these sort of hidden passive effects. So if you look down the bottom, like, in fact, if we look at his skills first, look at his secondary skill. Deals 700% damage to a single target and turns that damage into HP. 100 also returns 100 points of rage, right? So if we look down the bottom here, his damage is going to go up to 1,500. So he's going to get double the amount of damage. So he's going to be dealing a lot of damage. So again, he is really, really good because he's going to be dealing double the amount of damage. So he's going to actually heal himself for double the amount of healing, which makes him a really good tank. And then one of the other things, like if we look at the King, the reason why I said that he's such a good hero, because if you look at down the bottom, 700% damage with adding one random hero with immunity. So he adds purification to one hero for 6 seconds. Whereas if you scroll down the bottom here, you're going to see that not only does he now do 1,500 damage, he adds 6 seconds of purification to 2 heroes. So without the ability, or without being level 14, he only does 700 damage and does purification to 1 hero. When he's level 14, he's going to do 1,500 damage and give purification to 2 heroes. So this is really, really good things to understand. And it's the same deal with the 4-star heroes. So the Charming Witch, who near enough everybody has, as you can see down the bottom, she's going to cast a stun for 4 seconds. If once she gets to level 15, that's actually going to go up to 7 seconds, which again, absolutely crazy. The War Mage, he gives 50% speed for 8 seconds. When he's level 14, he actually gives, I think, 12 seconds at 100%. Yeah, so 100% for 12 seconds. So again, everyone becomes a lot more powerful once they get to level 14, which you've got to realise this, guys. But it's all down to the heroes that you pick, because some heroes can become really, really good, but then other heroes can also become not so good. So someone like the Pumpkin Drake, if you look at the Pumpkin Drake, deals 200 damage to an enemy target and puts them in dying states for 6 seconds, which lowers their attack by 150% during this period. Now, that's not a great spell, but it is a fairly decent spell because it lowers their attack by 100%. Now, if you look at once he goes to level 14, this actually becomes a very powerful spell, because not only is he doing 500% damage to the entire team, so he's hitting all 5 heroes for 500 damage every single time, but he's making them 300% weaker. Now, it's not fantastic when it's only 150, but when it's 300, that's quite insane. And then, again, someone like the Demon Dragon, again, I don't really think the Demon Dragon is that great, because of his secondary spell was only a stun for 3 seconds, which, when you compare to the Witch, if you're looking for the basis of his stun, you're better off going for the Witch, because it's 4 seconds, she can cast her spell a little bit quicker. If you're looking for the damage, then obviously the Demon Dragon is definitely better to take than the Witch, because he does damage, whereas the Witch doesn't. But then once you look at his spell down the bottom, if you get him up to level 14, it's going to be a ton better, because then he's going to go to 6 seconds worth of stun, doing 400% damage. So he becomes, once you compare the stats of level 14 Demon Dragon to level 14 Witch, 100% the Demon Dragon is 1,000 times better than the Witch, because he can sustain that stun spell, because of obviously having the 6 seconds on it. So if you have both of them at level 14, 100% bring the Demon Dragon, because he is going to be better than the Witch. But obviously that means that you have to have the Demon Dragon at level 14. Until you have that, then the Witch, in my opinion, is definitely better than the Demon Dragon for the stun effect. But if you want the extra damage, then obviously, hands down, Demon Dragon, because the Witch doesn't do any damage whatsoever. So, that being said, guys, bear that in mind, because even if you start a brand new server and you're looking like there's still quite a few days left on the Egg Smashing event. I think there's like 4 or 5 days left on the Egg Smashing event, so you could quite easily go and start playing on another server and start looking at leveling up particular heroes, because if you go and look at those passive effects and you see ones that you actually really like, even though the hero's not that great at the beginning, once they get to level 14, they could become a very good hero. So you could bear that in mind, guys, because as I say, it's all about putting the correct heroes in your team. Now, obviously, the tried and true deck is like kind of Arno, War Mage, Blood Commander. Looks like we're struggling here, so let's just come out of here, guys. Let's just come out of the hard mode. That's obviously the tried and true deck, which is the Blood Commander, War Mage, Charming Witch, and Arno, because of how strong it becomes. Now, not only is it really powerful, but like obviously once level 14 hits, the Blood Commander is going to increase like damage by like 150. Arno's going to increase damage by 150. The War Mage is going to increase speed by 100%. And then your Witch is going to have like I think it was something like a 12-second stun. So not only are you getting like 300 extra percent bonus damage on Arno and your hero, but you're also getting 100% extra attack speed. So that's why that particular deck is so good. But then there's other decks that you can use that can obviously counter that. So you can obviously go for a huge counter for that would be leveling up the king, because the king is immune to any damage or to any negative effect. So he can't be stunned, frozen, knocked down, turned into a pig, no nothing. So he's actually a really good tank to have in the front line, even though he's more damage based setup. If you give him the HP, he can become a very good tank because he's immune to any stats. So he's never going to be turned into a pig or anything. So by putting him where I have the Shield of Doom right now, even though he's not as tanky as the Shield of Doom, because he can't have any negative effects on him, he can potentially become a much better tank. And then he's still going to be dealing out like 700% damage while giving someone else that immunity spell or that purification spell. And as I say, once it goes up to the level, once you get up to level 14, that suddenly becomes a lot more powerful, because not only is he immune to the spell, but he's going to cast 2 people with the immunity as well. So it is a really powerful, and I'm about to die, aren't I? Let's just go ahead. Oh snap! Yeah, my hero's just died. Hopefully Arno can finish this off. Is Arno gonna? Yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you. Wow, I didn't realize that poison was doing that much damage to me. So, as I was saying, once he goes up to level 14 and he's casting 2 people with purification as well as being immune to himself, if he once he casts the spell twice, he's going to have purification on your whole entire team, and you can add the purification yourself. So he effectively, you're making your whole entire team immune to negative effects just by having the king in your team at level 14. But as I say, you have to think about it, guys, because obviously it's a big investment, because you're going to have to get a lot of that hero. So as you can see, if I scroll down the bottom here, I have Arno at level 10, as you guys know, and it's going to cost me 3 Arnos every single time I upgrade him now. So I don't know if maybe at one point that's going to turn into like 4 or even 5, but just to get him up to level 14, if you take it off the basis of 3, that's still 12 Arnos that I need in order to make him level 14, and probably you're going to be talking about maybe 10 to 15,000 runes as well. So it's a lot of runes and it's a lot of heroes, so you've got to bear in mind that don't just go leveling up any random heroes. So like such as me, like if we go into here, now eventually I'm going to be getting rid of the Shield of Doom, so I'm probably not going to level him up any higher than level 7, because I'm going to lose so much from him. So if you look at this, level 7 Shield of Doom, if I actually come over into, is it here? Yeah, if I come over here and I go to the hero dismiss thing, well, I can't put him in there, but if we just say the magic idol. Now, to get the magic idol to level 4, obviously I've used like, I think 5 or 6 magic idols, so I'm only going to get 2 of them back, but I'm going to get all of my runes back. So that's one thing that you got to remember as well. Any heroes that you have wasted or that you have leveled up, once they go past the evolution 1 stage, they're not going to be able to be regained. Like, you can't gain them back. So for example, as you saw in the last video, like the last couple of videos, I have actually put something like 6 Shield of Dooms into this guy. So if we come into here and I show you this, like you can see here, by putting this in here, again, I'm only going to get 2 back, but I'm going to get almost 4,000 runes. But I'm going to lose something like 5 or 6 Shields of Doom because I've obviously used them to evolve. So that's one thing that you've got to bear in mind, and make sure that you're definitely happy with the heroes that you're upgrading. Because you can see here I've got a couple of kings, and I've got quite a few of the Blood Axe Lords, and I'm also keeping hold of the monkey as well, because the monkey is also a really good hero once you get to level 14. But I'll let you guys go and look at all of the so-called hidden bonus stats that you get for turning a hero to level 14, and I shall see you guys in the next video. Hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure that you hit that like button, show some support, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I shall see you in the next one. Peace on the streets.